Welcome to another episode of Live at the Family Barbecue. It's your boy, AWOL the Sultan, and
it's your girl, Imani Shani.
Tried to steal my intro, but it's
all
good.
What's happening?
What's happening, y'all? Happy Thanksgiving all over again.
Happy
we got
Turkey
the
Day.
crew back together for the first time in a couple weeks. I'm so excited. We got a very special guest coming in today. I'm not even gonna bring him up until he sets foot here, but he's an LA legend.
LA legend.
Compton legend. You know what I'm saying? Man of the people.
That's
all right, let me not do too much till he gets here. But before we do that, there are a couple, current events, culture type things we might want to talk about. So,
yeah.
Do any of you guys watch the show? It's called Trafficked, and you watch that? By Marianna von Zeller. It's like one of my favorite shows on the planet.
That's a dope white girl.
It's a dope white woman. She basically goes around, I don't even know where she's from. She speaks probably like 3-4 languages. She might be from the UK somewhere. But she goes into some of the most hostile situations, cartels, hoods, all types of stuff. And all she talks about or asks people about is the underworld they're a part of. So she had an episode about pimps and hoes. She had an episode
marijuana.
About marijuana, fentanyl, exotic animals that people buy, like tigers and things like that.
Romance
scams, and then phone scams in general.
Phone scams.
Yeah, shout out to the Jamaicans. Phone scam. No, I'm just saying that's where she went. She went to Jamaica. I'm not saying
she
they do that.
She didn't just go to Jamaica.
I'm not saying she. All right, shout out to
bro. They're gonna come for you.
To the Israel.
That was Ameer that said that. That was Ameer that said that.
Israel too. Israel, Nigeria.
It just keeps getting worse.
Hey, whoever's scamming. Shout out to y'all.
Stop.
My bad. All right. So anyway, season two. It started off with a bang, y'all. And we all in the entertainment community. I did not know how profitable the underground Brazilian butt lift market was.
It's a very lucrative business.
Very lucrative business. I stumbled upon this lady apparently in Atlanta named Miss T who does these illegal butt pumps.
How many did they say she did in one day? Like the most?
40 in a day, $1,000 a pop. You go into the Motel 6, strip down to your drawers, she shoots you up with about 6 shots, and you walk out with the Nicki Minaj.
You walk out with your butt instantly because she's using silicone butt shots. Like
apparently,
the worst.
Grade A though. Doctors approve silicone.
Right. She gets the silicone from real life doctors. And that just goes, like, all of this stuff is connected, bro.
Yeah,
like, it's all ruled by money.
It was just wild to see how willing people were to put their life on the line for a fat ass. That wasn't supposed to sound as crazy as it did. But it was crazy because the doctor came on there, he was like, yo, like,
you could literally, annoying.
No, because the silicone leaks. I didn't know it. I thought it just leaks out your body and it's just like you got a sore or something like that. It just looked real wild. But apparently it can leak into your heart. Mm-hmm. And you can have a heart attack. It can leak into your brain. It causes strokes.
Yeah.
And then some people, like with the BBL, like they transfer the fat and it can like instantly kill you if they shoot it in the wrong place.
Right.
It was a wild documentary. I think everybody should watch it. But go ahead.
I was just gonna say I just found out recently how even the medically approved, even the fat transfers are super deadly. Like that's like one of the most deadly.
Yeah, it's one of the most
surgical procedures you could get. I didn't know that until recently. I'm like,
yeah, super dangerous. And they said there's people apparently taking courses in hotels for 2 hours to do this. 2 hours worth of training from online classes.
And those are the professional doctors.
The DeVry of BBLs.
The professional doctors are sometimes taking 2-hour courses before they pump your butts.
I say all this to say, love yourselves. I have friends who've had BBLs and things like that. Whatever you do with your body is your choice. Just try and get a good doctor, man. Try and get a good doctor.
Yeah, that's one thing. Like, don't skimp out on that. I feel like that's one thing that you should do your research.
Invest in a doctor.
On.
Even if you go overseas, make sure it's a good doctor.
Yeah.
Now, this transition is finna be really wild. And I might get some flack for this, but I decided to start with that because Finna talk about the Kardashians.
Well played.
Is that fucked up? Or no? My
Well
bad.
played.
But anyway,
You already got the Jamaicans coming for you, but go ahead.
you can jump into this one if you want, Money.
I don't know much about it. All I know is, you can correct me. All I know with this is Tristan didn't cheat on Khloe again. No shock there. But apparently the woman he cheated on Khloe with is coming out with some tea on the Kardashians.
Apparently she's saying our boy, Champagne Poppy, Drake, actually slept with Kylie Jenner,
Certified.
Travis Scott's baby mama, in the last year or so. Now, there's a couple layers to this. One, I fuck with Tristan Thompson. He's an NBA player. I was about to say legend, but I didn't want to cap. I was like, he's not an NBA legend. But you know, hey, he in the NBA, so he a legend to somebody. But shout out to Tristan Thompson.
See, somebody's legend.
Shout out to Tristan Thompson, because you know he NBA, he beat the odds and stuff like that. But I think it just comes to a point where, like, is the juice worth the squeeze? Like, Tristan Thompson bring a lot of, I don't know, it's just always a story about another woman with my boy Tristan. It's always, and I just like, at this point, now you not only messing it up for Khloe, now you got your side joint that brought Kylie into it, and I just don't know. I just don't know. I think that was just crazy. That was.
Wait, what are you saying is? What are you saying about, like? Are you saying that, like, it's not worth it to date Tristan Thompson? Like, what are you saying?
I feel like, yeah, you got to be quiet about some of this stuff, bro. Like, you can't be like, if you're gonna step out and do your thing, we know you. I mean, you'd already done it, but why does everything you do? I don't think he's the only person who deal with the Kardashian who probably cheat or done other stuff. But it seems like all his stuff end up in videos, Instagram, Snapchat. You know what I'm saying? It just seemed like his name out there more than Travis, Kanye, or whoever in terms of like women.
I'll say this: basketball players. I don't know about them all. I've never dealt with a basketball player like that, but I'm just gonna speak from like bottle service experience. These niggas is cheap, bruh. Like, they don't be tipping, bro. So I'm just like, I don't know. Maybe like, you know, the side chicks be asking for a certain amount and they don't be with it to pay. You know, like I can't really picture. I can't picture Drake not giving somebody a hefty amount of money if he don't want some.
Drake can get you a Mercedes.
Drake gonna get you
Drake
what you
might
want.
put you and your mama in the house.
Drake gonna simp, but I can't really. I don't know. I don't really see a lot of basketball players.
Tristan might be playing it. So you saying this might be a case of him not paying up, and this is how she getting back? Mm-hmm. That would actually make a lot of sense. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't know.
That would make a lot of sense. That would make a lot of sense.
Nah.
The other thing is, I think you could put the Drake and Kim Kardashian stuff to rest. I know Kanye talked about that too.
Right.
I don't think if he actually did deal with Kylie, I doubt he also dealt with.
Yeah, and I think his like little subs about Kardashian or even Kim, I think his subs about Kim were more so just like to put little like drops of like doubt in Kanye's head. I don't think it was like actual. I just don't think Kim would do that.
Moral of the story: if you have a family and side pieces, pay your side hoes off.
Wow, that's the moral of the story? You're a class act.
No.
You're a class act.
No, I didn't mean it like that. But I'm just saying,
Tristan
I don't think Tristan can be reformed. So if you're not going to be reformed and be an honorable husband, then you at least got to pay the toll.
Next.
You don't agree? You don't agree?
I agree with you, Mary. You should have just said, firstly,
I'm just
be
saying,
a good husband and boyfriend to your woman. Firstly.
I don't think Tristan willing to do that. Are they married?
No.
Okay. Yeah, see, so this is what I'm saying. It's like, if you dealing, at least come on, bro. Like, do what you got to do to keep it under. If Will and Jada could keep anything and everything under wraps for 30, 40 years, plus all the other couples we got, there's no reason why you can't just handle your business, bro. That's it. That's all I'm saying.
I have said this before and I will say it again. You are a menace, but let's continue.
This is transition us to another great event, charitable event for the guy, Larry Hoover, Chicago legend. They're throwing a benefit concert, so Drake and Kanye have made up, y'all. Maybe we'll get another song out of them too. I don't really think I don't think they got no bad songs. I haven't heard a bad song from Drake and Kanye together. So I'm excited about this. I haven't seen either one of them in person, but everybody that know who's seen them said they're like two of the best performers. So I'm excited about that portion of it. And then just for them squashing it, like, cause all this shit is just kind of whatever.
They all have large fan bases, so it's nice to...
Right here in LA.
Hey, could you see like Nicki and Cardi doing something like this?
Maybe. I don't feel like theirs is that serious. Speaking of Nicki and Cardi, did you hear Lil' Kim aired out Angela Yee for bringing up her and Lil' Kim beef in some new interview?
Angela Yee and Lil' Kim had beef? Is that what you're saying?
Angela Yee, I think, just interviewed Nicki Minaj and said, like, what's up with the beef of you and Lil' Kim? And Lil' Kim was like, what the fuck is you bringing up my name for? No. Hella years later.
No. I didn't hear about that.
Yeah. So, I don't think nothing that happened with them was that crazy. Now, Nicki Minaj and, what's my girl name from Love and Hip Hop? You can smack me for forgetting.
Cardi B?
No. The one who with Papoose.
Oh, Remy.
That will never be solved.
You know Cardi and Nicki fought at a event.
Cardi and Nicki. Oh, yeah.
But Nicki's friend had jumped in. Who's y'all?
Oh, and got socked. That was a couple years ago.
So theirs is more tense than Kanye
died, though,
and
right?
Drake. Moving on.
I just feel like nobody died. Like Remy talked about her pedophile brother and shit like that. Like that was like she went. I don't know if you could vibe with somebody after. I think Remy kind of went off on her little.
No, she did, but I think Nicki has written Remy off. Like I feel like
they wouldn't squash it no way.
Nah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I don't think, her and Cardi, I think they could figure that out.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Bone Thugs and 3 6 Mafia fought on stage, and they finished the concert.
Not they finished the concert.
All right, last two joints. I think I don't even really want to spit. I don't know what you think of your boy Jussie
Smollet. Listen, bro. Like, I'm just over it. Like, when did this happen? Like 2-3 years ago. Like, bro.
At
like,
least. Yeah.
You lied, nigga. Like, let's just come on now. Like, let's just keep it pushing, man.
I think.
What are we doing?
I think this is like one of the biggest cases we have of clout chasing. And to fake a racial beating and almost lynching is a whole nother level of I'm trying to be out there and be famous. I don't even know what you're trying to accomplish.
And he was on a hit show at the time. I feel like things were. I mean, I don't know the nigga personal life, but just like seemed like he had a little money in his pocket. Like I don't know.
And apparently they had a practice run at the Subway sandwiches.
All right, everyone, 5, 6, 7, 8.
The day before, him and the two Nigerian homies.
And apparently, didn't they say that one of them were? Well, he was dating one of them.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Sorry. Surprise. Yeah, they were like, I don't know. They said that, I think Jussie Smollet had said it, like they had done.
Come on, my nigga. You can't go out like that, bro. Like, you can't use the nigga you dating in the crime that you was committing. And then on top of that, like he got to ratting too. Like he was talking about like, yeah, I was texting Don Lemon from CNN the whole time I was doing it. It's like, come on, bro. Like what? Like what?
Jussie Smollet was saying that?
Yeah. Well, I was like, what Don got to do with this? So he's a slimy individual.
Sweet heavens.
This one, I'll probably bring it back next week. So yeah, shout out to you. Think he should go to jail? Real nigga shit.
Jussie?
Real nigga shit. Like, should he go to jail for that? I was thinking about this. I had a conversation. I don't really think I don't want to see nobody go to jail. Let me say that. But do you think he should do jail time, or is this a community service situation? Is this he needs a counselor and a psychiatrist situation? Like, where does this fall in line?
I think it's more so that I don't really want to see him do jail for it. But it's like, I think Lee Daniels handled it well. Lee Daniels wrote him off of Empire. It's stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, you can't just be like out here doing stuff like that. So there has to be some type of repercussion. But I don't think he should be in jail, like, for this.
Yeah, I don't want to see the nigga go to jail.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think there's other things you could do. I think, niggas shouldn't have lied to us, but,
With that being said, there's a lot of real niggas out here that's died. Like,
your transitions are very strange.
I'm just saying.
Like, I just don't know where you're going with it.
I'm just saying, like, I mean, at the end of the day, like, I feel like it's some stuff black people shouldn't play about. I feel like it's some stuff all cultures shouldn't play about.
Oh, yeah.
You know
Niggas play too much.
I just feel like
all the time.
At the end of the day, bro, I'm not going to say the niggas should go to jail, but it's a very, like, almost feel like that's an unforgivable sin. Like, it's people out here that was getting lynched for hundreds of years. You know what I'm saying? And for you to go to them type of lengths, for whatever reason, I don't even know what the inspiration was for it. If a nigga should sit down for anything in the black community, it's probably that. But I'm not saying the nigga should go to jail, but I'm just saying.
I agree. I agree.
Right. My last joint. This is kicked out the queue. Like I said, we probably started next week, but I don't know. This a halfway kicked out the queue, and this a halfway just me giving y'all information. So it's a billionaire man named Michael Steinhardt. He's a billionaire, who apparently has $70 million in prized relics looted from most poor countries. 60 investigators spent 4 years on the case. His punishment, no jail time, no fine, just give the items back.
That nigga should go to jail. If we compare the
70 million in prize, like, so this could be like, I don't know, mummy tombs and old jewelry. I don't know what he taking. Artwork from old countries. And he did no jail time, but it was 70 million worth of stuff. And that's just the stuff they found. This is an old nigga. He probably sold some of the stuff already. But
it's a shame.
The moral of the story.
What is it this time? What is it this time?
The moral of the story, if you go into poor countries, take some shit with you back home, man. I'm just playing. That's not the moral of the story. The moral of the story is for real, though. The moral of the story is for real. White people got to stop, man. I feel like at this point, especially in light of everything that's been going on, it's like, bro, you're not finna get away with stuff like this at this point. Well, I figure you shouldn't, but he's not doing He's not doing no jail time, so he kind of did get away with it.
Yeah.
But it's just like, where's your moral compass, bro? And the more I think about it, it's just like, I feel like people are just out here to hit a lick. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, that's all it's about.
Bro, you know who said it the best in that episode with Marianna Van Schneschewitz? When she was talking to that one dude.
I know what you about to say.
When she was talking to that one, she had, one of the people she interviewed was, he worked in one of the BBL offices. And she was just like, like, why are you talking to me? Like, why are you comfortable doing this? And he was just like, I just feel like the people should know, like, none of us in these offices give a fuck about y'all. Like, we don't care about y'all. That's literally what somebody in a medical office said that the rest of his team feels about the people that come in there. People don't care, bro. People don't care. People have to, like, understand that.
It's about the almighty dollar.
That billionaire man don't care. So do it again.
For no jail time, I'd do it again if I was him. For real, for real.
Let's move on, I think.
This is a great transition. So now we're bringing up a brother who is actually honorable. Not like this guy we were just talking about. And actually does good things for the community. So, I guess we'll transition to my boy, Kani.
We're gonna have to work on that.
Love the topics.
Hey,
great topics. Great topics.
Welcome.
Hey, look. I mean, Kani, it's great to have you here, bro.
Appreciate it. Thankful to be here.
Yeah,
to talk.
thank you for coming in.
Sweatshirt on too. Peace of mind.
At all times, got a rep.
I love that.
Let me brag on Kani real quick, man.
Please.
I know Kani through the Black College Expo.
Shout out to NCRF.
NCRF. We worked there for a while, and just a positive brother. This is before I knew you did any of the stuff like that you actually do. This just him working with kids, just being a positive inspiration. Like he's a light wherever he goes, man. So I gotta tell you that you bring positive energy, great light, like I said, to every space you in, man. So clap it up for yourself, black man.
Thank you.
Clap it up for yourself, black man.
That's dope. That's dope.
Would you like to start? Or you want me to start?
I can start because I feel like you know a little bit more about our guests than I do. So I guess my first thing is I read a little about you and your bio, and you basically would describe yourself as a community organizer.
Yeah, I thought that would be the best way.
Okay, so what kind of inspired you to become that?
So it started with.
Hey, yo, this is always it. Hey, I got you. Don't even worry. Just keep going, bro.
Happens all the time.
Just keep going. There you go. Just don't touch it.
All right, no touching. Wow, that's awkward. Great introduction. How did this start? Started a lot better than that. But it started with me just writing poetry. So it first started, like the journey started with, I was, I broke my iPhone. I break iPhones. I'm gonna give you a long story short. I'm gonna try to. I break iPhones pretty often, right? So I broke my iPhone. I'm at the Apple store and I'm talking to the store manager or whatever, and he's talking about, yo, I'm a junior in college at the time, and I don't have too much funds. And he's like, a new iPhone's like $300-400. I'm like, bro, I don't really have it right now. You know, we're chopping it up. It's a black dude, and he tells me, as we're conversating, he tells me he wrote a book. And so I was like, oh, that was cool, because he was one of the first young black men that I've seen write a book. And then he said, you know what, as we're talking, he's like, you know what, I'll give you this iPhone for free if you start writing. You know? And so basically I started writing, first it was just like a daily journal. And I had the idea of like writing a book called Day 365, where I'll just write every day and then put a book out about like what I've learned in 365 days.
Very cool.
And then with that, as I started writing, I got in love, and I fell in love with poetry. Just writing poetry, and then the freedom of expression of that. And so I started going to open mics. I started going to these different events in Los Angeles, and I realized there wasn't too many spaces in Compton where artists and poets and singers and rappers were gathering.
Got it.
And so that's where my family, we always had property in Compton. And so around 2018, I had the idea of having our first open mic in April 21st. And it so started with just open mic of, you know, friends, strangers who became good friends, family. And we had maybe about 20, 15 people or so, 10 people. Yeah. And then we just started growing the brand and started holding more events. But it just started with breaking an iPhone and a passion for writing, I guess. And then the journey went on from there.
I love that.
How many generations you go back? Because I know you said you guys have property in Compton. How many generations you go back? Is it like your parents, your parents' parents?
So my grandparents. So my grandma, she purchased the property. So my grandmother and my mom's side, she's from Arkansas. Wow. And so she's a farm gal. She was a farmer. Her grandmother was a farmer. And so Compton at the time was like in the 80s, 70s was being sold as like farmland. Like it had, because Compton.
A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah, it's a lot of land they were giving away, and it was good soil. So a lot of people from South moved to Compton because that's what like people would hear word around the streets. And so she moved to Compton, and first she brought first she bought our house, our residential house, and then later on she bought the commercial property, and yeah.
So similar to kind of piggybacking off Imani's question, what made you comfortable thinking that this house now could become a hub for creativity and drives and things like that? Like some people might say, oh no, let me do it at a community center, or let me do it, anything at a park or something like that. What made this house, like, you feel like it was the perfect spot for you doing what you're doing?
Yeah. I don't know. It's just a feeling. I think it was just a feeling like, I felt it. Like, this is my home. This has always been my safe space. Right. And so the opportunity to have a safe space for everybody else is like, okay, I can do that. But also the timing, like me and my family, we weren't using the space. So we had commercial property and it was just vacant. So it's just like, okay, we got vacant property. I got an idea. Let's make something happen. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that's kind of how it was. It's just like a feeling like, let's just do something. I don't know how this is going to play out. I don't know how this is going to go, but like, let's just fucking do it. Right. Yeah. Just see what happens.
I love that.
So, no, that's beautiful, man. That's real good. So, what, I guess in terms of like charity and like charitable things. We always think about that. And that was one of the reasons why I brought you on in December. It's because, we always talk about this time we all looking for gifts. We all want stuff. And your organization is really geared towards giving back, right? So what about the charitable experience? Like, what part of that like moves you so much? And why do you think it's important for people to be involved in charity?
Yeah. For me, I listen to music a lot, right? And so there's a song, I can't think of the name of it right now, but it's like BJ the Chicago Kid and Kendrick Lamar. And the whole song, Kendrick Lamar is talking about like his blessings, like, God, why'd you bless me? Like, like, why are you giving me this opportunity? Like, why did you give me $100 I found on the sidewalk? Why did you, save my brother's life? And things like that. And it's like, the reason God blesses you is so you can bless somebody else.
Right.
That's the only reason he gave you this blessing. So to me, the only reason I got to where I am today is because someone helped me out. You know what I mean? When I was a young kid, whenever, like me and my family, we didn't always have it. We didn't always have food. We didn't always have money. So someone helped us and blessed us to get to where we are. So to me, I'm not the most privileged, but then I have some blessings and some things. I want to give what I can back.
For
and so
sure.
that's just, who I am, that like the nature of what I am. But it's also just important. Like, we do food distributions. That's our biggest thing. So like bi-weekly on Sundays, we give away food to about 200 plus families. Like, we get about 40 to 50 cars come out. And it's beautiful to see the real impact, like of we see families come each week. Yeah. We've been doing food distribution since September of 2020. So for a whole continuous year, only day we missed it was one day. But every other.
Hey, it happens to everybody.
It's not your fault.
It's not your fault.
It's not your fault.
Hey, look, it's not your fault. Keep going. I hope you was on a roll too.
I was on a roll. I kind of just lost my train of thought. We do food distribution bi-weekly on Sundays. And you see the real impact because we've seen families, like since the beginning, I've seen the same families come in there, and it's never judgmental. It's never like, why are you back? Why are you still here? It's always like, it's love. Like we started building a family with these guests, and we started building a real community. Yeah. And you just see the impact of like, now we're helping these people save $50 to $100 each week on food. Right. And it's just important. That's like our biggest program is our food distribution. And that started with an L. I know you're not going to quick story.
No, go ahead.
Quick story. How that happened is basically, have you guys ever heard of like the LA community fridges?
No.
Okay. So during the pandemic, there was a whole concept. It actually started in New York. And the concept was different commercial buildings and different places, they can have refrigerators outside to help the homeless. If you don't have food, let's say I have extra food and I don't know where to give it, I can just put it in the fridge. And someone who needs food can come and get it. That makes sense?
Yeah.
So that was like the concept, and it was really big during the pandemic. And so we did that in like June or July.
Okay.
And we did it for like a week or two, and it was really picking up steam. A lot of people were volunteering, a lot of people were donating, but the city of Compton, they didn't want it. The city of Compton, they weren't really for it, and so they actually gave me like citations.
No way.
Yeah, for trying to do it.
For trying to help out, they was
giving me a citation. Yeah, swear to God, I got like a whole letter from them saying like, "Yo, you can't do this." They gave me it was like 3 reasons. They said, A, you can't have abandoned furniture outside your property. They said you can't have extension cords connected through the building. And I forgot it was like, and then they said a kid might get stuck in there. Like it wasn't childproof friendly. So they gave me like a whole list of like, BS excuses of why it wouldn't work.
Wow.
And then I think I was trying to go around it. And so then one day, someone came and spray painted the refrigerator, and then they cut the cord.
Wow.
And so I was like, damn, I can't do much about this. And so I remember I was organizing with some other community organizers I know from Skid Row and telling them the same story and how we still wanted to help. Right. We knew of a need.
Right.
And that's when he connected us with another nonprofit. Shout out to Mrs. Rogers and shout out to Polo's Pantry. Those are the individuals that helped do this food distribution. Without them, it wouldn't be possible. And so we connected. So I'm able to supply the space. Miss Rogers is able to supply the volunteers, and Polo Pantry is able to supply the food. And we come together and we make the team and make it happen. So it started with an L. Like it started with just us wanting to do a fridge, us getting shut down, and us realizing how can we still help and serve the community. And I just want to say, like, a lot of times through journey of entrepreneurship, it's a lot of struggle. It's a lot of like left turns. A lot of like, how can you figure it out?
Right.
You know what I mean? That's what I really want to just like anybody who wants it, or anybody who wants to go through this journey is like you have to learn how to problem solve.
Right.
You know, and you can't take no for an answer. And if you do take no, then you have to figure out a solution for it. So it's been dope. It's been a blessing. It's been a lot of challenges, but through that, I've learned and matured and just gained a lot of insight about the real world. You know what I mean? So it's dope.
I think you should definitely add motivational speaker to your resume if you don't already have it on there. I'm like listening to you like, yeah, I can do it. Yeah, I can do whatever I want to do.
Just do it. You see that sign up?
Just do it. What the heck?
That's wild. Wait, did you already drop that book too? Or no? I know you saw the day
maybe one day.
Oh yeah, you got it.
I stopped writing.
Okay.
Yeah, I stopped writing once I started doing Peace of Mind. I haven't wrote a single poem in like 2 years. I can't even write a poem anymore. So it's on my bucket list. I want to do an app though, because like I want to make an app where we start journaling more. I feel like we don't.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, I got ideas.
Because I always pick up journaling and then I put it back down for some reason. So I would love something.
So like, what if we had an app where we could share our journal with your friends and then just challenging people? Like, you have a reminder, like, yo, make sure you journal about this today. So,
exactly.
Day 365, the app coming soon, unless someone takes it from me.
Yes, yes.
You got a question?
No, but I can have a question. Okay, so here's one I had for you. Do you have any expectations or goals like over the next, let's say 5 years? Any like short-term or long-term goals you have?
For Peace of Mind, the short term, I want to have our nonprofit status, so we can be really legit with 2022. So that's like, I've been organizing and doing events since 2018, and it's just been on the low. It's been really grassroots, just really through friends, families, and people who just heard about it and spreading the love and spreading the word. But
is it hard to become like nonprofit?
Yeah, everything is hard. Like, what do you? I don't know.
I know they make you jump through hoops. It's like, why?
Yeah, it's just hoops. But it's like if you want it bad enough, you can do it. There's harder things out there. So it's definitely it's education. That's the hard part, is knowing the education behind the paperwork and what you're doing with the nonprofit. But once you understand what you're doing, I think it's relatively easy. You know, you're just submitting paperwork to someone and they approve it. That's my biggest short-term goal, is to get that nonprofit status.
That's major.
And I went to New York for the first, not my first time, but technically my first time, September. And I went to Governor's Ball. And it was lit. It was dope. I love music events. I love going to concerts. But like going to that festival made me realize I want to throw a Peace of Mind festival one day.
Oh, that'd be
so like that's like a 5-year goal, is like to throw a festival somewhere. Like get all these artists we know, all these up and coming artists, and throw a big ass festival in Compton or surrounding the Compton area.
That'd be super cool. Do you need any help, like in terms of like the 501(c)(3), or why is it 501?
501(c)(3).
C3?
3C?
Something like that.
I always take some help.
Yeah. No, because I was just saying, like just in terms of you, like, because I think, even people listening to this, might reach out and say, like, well, you need this, you need that. So if it's anything specifically you need.
Not right now. Just really, we're going through the paperwork. So we've been going through the process. It just takes a long time, and it took me some time to feel comfortable with doing those steps. Like, okay, I know the vision, I know where we're going, I know where we're gearing. Right now, I'm doing pretty good. I've been able to talk to different consulting companies and different people that are knowledgeable in the field that kind of help me and kind of understand what we're doing, where we should go. Yeah,
because I know that's usually like the biggest thing, is just knowing somebody in the field that you're trying to get into. But I figured you already knew people who got nonprofits, so just seeing if it was anything else. What? Because I don't remember if we asked you, what are all like the events that you throw at the space?
So all the events, so Peace of Mind, basically the Peace of Mind is a community space. The whole focus is to provide a safe space for community, for art, and just for the youth. So a lot of the programs we do are open mics, we do jam sessions, we do concerts, we do pop-up with vendors and vendor marketplaces, movie screenings, literacy workshops, education workshops. People also rent out the space and do birthday parties and baby showers.
Music videos.
And it's beautiful. I really found love when other people come to the space and they bring their family, because I'm realizing, within our culture and our community, we don't really have too many spaces where we can all come together. And we don't have too many memories where we all come together. Like a lot of, unfortunately, times we're gathered is when it's a funeral or when it's a death or when it's something tragic or something dramatic. We don't really come together and celebrate someone's life or celebrate a new life coming into the family. So it's been beautiful now being part of a family's memory. You know what I mean? Like, no matter, they're always going to remember they had this baby shower at Peace of Mind, and it's always like dope seeing that family smile and love and hug and kiss one another at Peace of Mind. So those are some of my favorite events. But yeah, those are a lot of the things we do. It's about just having an event space in Compton where people feel safe and people feel good about whatever they want to do there.
If you've never been to one of the events, I got a chance to perform at one.
Killed it.
Yeah, one open mic. I appreciate that. One open mic. What was it? It had to be like August, September. Yeah, something like that. And just seeing like all the different people there, like you said, different performers coming from all over, from Pomona, from Inglewood, from Compton, and then you had the vendors, like you said, people selling food, people selling clothes. Like, I thought it was just a beautiful space. Like, it was just good energy throughout. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, like, you created something. Like, and I know it's only gonna keep growing, but even where it's at right now, I feel like it's a beautiful spot. So, kudos to you, my friend.
Thank you, man. And it's been blessing just being able to get people to come to Compton. You know what I mean? A lot of like you said, a lot of people are coming from Pomona, are coming from these other neighboring areas or far out areas, and this is their first time in Compton. And now this is how they think about Compton. That's how the perception of Compton is to them. It's peace of mind. You know what I mean? It's good. And so that's also been beautiful because we've had outreach and we've gotten a lot of different ethnicity and a lot of different people. It's been very diverse, and it's always been like, yo, I thought I was gonna have to come here and I was gonna have to look around and feel uncomfortable and stare at everybody, and then people come and it's like, yo, I feel so good and the energy is amazing and I love it, and it's like, yo, that's what it should be. You shouldn't have to feel like because you're a Compton that you're gonna get stuck up or robbed. Like you should be able to feel like you come here and you can meet a family member or meet a friend or meet someone who might be at your wedding one day. You know what I mean? Like, that's the type of energy and type of environment we want to create because Compton still has that 1990s mentality.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, so it's been beautiful. Like, in a lot of different aspects, I've been able to see how one space can transform so many lives, not just myself, but just the people around me and the community itself.
Do you want to expand, like, outside of LA and have different hubs and places?
That's the dream, yo. If I can like have a peace of mind in Brooklyn, Philadelphia, Atlanta, Africa, like a peace of mind in Nigeria. What? That's crazy.
You turned up. You turned.
I'd be lit if I had a peace of mind in Africa. What? Learn the Swahili or something? That'd be crazy. But
even like you said, like having the festivals everywhere popping up. Like you said, like tour dates for the festivals and stuff would be cool. But yeah, like you said too, just having feet and like people in the grassroots in each area would be crazy.
Yeah, because it's like we're living in the social media, like bro, with the metaverse. I don't know, the future's crazy, bro. The future is crazy, but I want to make sure we have spaces where we still come together. That's what peace of mind is important because like as technology grows and AI and everything else, we don't gather as much. We don't have conversations. We don't really meet people. We don't really. Like, bro, like before pandemic, we only go out. We go into the club, we go into the bar, we go into like, you know what I mean? Like, there aren't too many social gatherings. We just come and network and just with one another. So I want to make sure peace of mind, it has the future and it's something that's like, it still brings people together. Right. Because that's needed. Like, I know we're going into the technology in the future phase, but we need to still come together. You know what I mean? Because that energy, it helps people get through the week. You never know what someone's going through, but sometimes just coming together, it just helps someone just whatever with their problems and stuff. So it's important just to have a gathering spot, and I feel like I want to continue to just have that space.
Got you. What suggestions or advice would you have for people who are thinking about opening spaces like this in their own communities? Especially, I know certain hurdles you have to go through, even just being in your own community. Like, what are some of the pros and cons of opening a space like this where you're from?
It's beautiful to me. So where we're located, my house is the next street over. So I stay on 150th Street. And peace of mind is like on Compton Boulevard. So if you literally walk the next residential street, you're on my block. And me and my family, we've been there all our lives. But it's dope that I've seen how even the block respects what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Like, that's been dope. Is just seeing the respect that I get from the real community. Like, where we are, I don't gangbang, but you know, like where we are is Campanella. You're like, and even like the OG on the block, he sees me and he respects me. Like every time he sees me, he throws me a wave or a black fish just to let me know, like, yo, I see you. And keep doing what you're doing.
Right.
And so that respect is just like, it keeps me going. Like, do anything, like just waking up every day and knowing your people love and respect you. It's just a different feeling. Like, yo, I know y'all got me. So I love that. Different challenges, bro. There's so many fucking challenges, but I would say if you really want it, you can't quit. Like, there's so many challenges from the paperwork, from the permits, from the organizing organizing events, and even when you throw events, even sometimes they don't go as planned. People might not show up. Like, it's a lot. But if you really believe in what you're doing and you really see what you're doing and know how important it is, you just have to see it through. You have to continue going because it's needed. It really is needed. So I would just say the best step is like just do something. You know, like when I first started in 2018, I didn't know that 3 years later I'll be throwing an event in New York with 50, 60 people coming out. You know what I mean? Like, I never ever could have seen that. So I would just tell somebody, just do something, just do it, and you live and you learn. Like, it's only an L if you don't learn anything. So every time people didn't come to an event, every time I messed up on some paperwork, every time something happened, like, I've learned, and that's why we continue being where we are. So being open to learn, being open to just fail, but take that failure with the lesson with this. So that's what I would tell someone, just being open to just try new things. I think sometimes we get scared and nervous of failure, but you only fail once you stop. That's when you truly fail.
Yeah.
I love it.
How about, because I know, like, one part I wanted to stop you earlier, but just about building that team. Like, what went in to you, and what suggestions would you have for other people as well in terms of like building that team to help with like your infrastructure or something like this? What did you look for when you were bringing people in?
That's a really good question. So Peace of Mind, the team is made up of about 10 people. And I remember the first people were just the people I trust. So I'm just gonna say the people that you want to bring a part of your team are the people you trust most. And the people that you like, they believe in the vision, but they also believe in you. So I remember like one of the first people I told was my cousin, Deja, and they went to performing arts school in LA. They're from Phoenix, but they went to performing arts school all throughout Los Angeles, performing, singing, and dancing and stuff. And they basically work as like our brand ambassador, not brand ambassador, they basically was like art director. But I remember telling them, I had this idea, and they were just like, yo, I want it to succeed, but I want you to succeed more. You know what I mean? And just having someone that believes in you and wants you to succeed is really big, because I just had an idea. I didn't know if I was going to succeed or not. I didn't know, but just knowing somebody else believed in me. So that was the first, having people believe in you, and have people you trust. Like everyone on my team, I have to really trust you. And it takes time for me to really trust someone, but it's just, I don't really like to force people on the team. So a lot of people might ask, but like one rule is if you have to come to at least 3 events, you know what I mean, before you can join the team. And that way, once you come to 3 events, you really see what we're about. Right. You know what I mean? You can just come to open mic and fall in love with it and want to be a part of it, but you got to come to the food distribution, the movie night, the marketplace, the puffin paints, those different things to really see the full aspect of it. And then, just build that relationship. It just, I don't know, I think a Peace of Mind team more as a family. You know what I mean? I actually have 2 people on the team who are my family, so it's like, a lot of the people who've joined the team, they've been here since the beginning. And so I want to maintain these relationships because, like without them, this wouldn't be a thing. So I think the biggest things are like trust, people who believe in it, and people who are passionate about whatever it is. You got to find what their passion is. Like everyone on my team, they have a different, you know what I mean, a different position. I have my friend Will, he does the finance. You know what I mean? I have someone else who does the art. I have someone else who does photography and videography. So it's also about, okay, you like what we're doing. I trust you. You see a vision. Where can you fit in this puzzle? You know what I mean? So those are the different pieces, because you don't want to have it where you just force someone there and then they're not happy with their position and it's not a good relationship. So just knowing where someone wants to be, how you can help one another, and just having that trust. I think that's the biggest thing, is like the trust, because you're dealing with business. So you still have to like, we got to really have this trust with one another.
I'm so proud of you, bro.
Nice.
I'm inspired. Just sitting here, bro. I'm just smiling ear to ear, bro. Good stuff. So I guess my last question, and then we can wrap it up, and then don't forget to tell us where we can follow you and then org and all of that. But what event, because I know you had told me, what event do you have coming up for this month, like I think you said you got one more. How would you like people to give back? And then any last words, and then plug yourself. Plug yourself at the end.
Yeah, so we have a food distribution. I was looking for the date. We have a food distribution going on December 19th. It's located at 2125 West Compton Boulevard, 2125 West Compton Boulevard, Compton, California. We give away food from 3 o'clock to 5 p.m. It's first come, first served basis. It's a drive-through distribution, so you can wait in your car. And it's basically, you don't have to have identification. You don't have to sign any paperwork. You just have to come, and we give away food. So if anyone who's in need of food, December 19th, we have a food distribution. Other events, my birthday's December 30th, so I'm planning. I might do.
Capricorn too,
I'm a Capricorn. Cap season coming.
Hey,
Okay,
December
Capricorn
27th,
gang.
bro. Yeah.
That's love. What you got planned?
I don't know, man. I'm still trying to figure out.
Yeah, same.
Somewhere to act the fool.
That's exactly. So I'm trying to throw an event. I'm thinking about doing LA because we haven't done an event in downtown LA in a minute. So I'm thinking about renting out a venue in downtown LA, getting some DJs, some artists, just having a little celebration of life.
How old are you turning? How young are you turning?
25.
25.
That's a milestone year. Quarter century.
I can
So
rent a car.
young, so sweet. So much life ahead of you.
So, more life. That's
More
the goal.
life.
So, what that Kanye say? Drug dealing just to get by. Stack your money till it gets sky high.
I love it.
You know that song?
Yeah, but
Wasn't supposed to make it past 25.
yeah, but I don't know the words. I'm like, go ahead, y'all.
Wasn't supposed to make it past 25.
Watch that mic,
Jokes on you. We say that's all I got.
Oh man! Oh yeah, and then thank you again, bro, for coming to speak. And I think you really gonna put everybody in that spirit to give and really get involved this season, in some type of charitable aspect. So definitely plug the social media where we can find you, where we can find the Peace of Mind at.
Yes, please follow Peace of Mind at Peace of Mind CPT PEACE. Y'all not spell of mind CPT. But it's peace like the peace sign.
Right.
So Peace of Mind, CPT. And yeah, just if you have it, give back to. It don't got to be to us, but just to somebody. There's a lot of different mutual aid efforts in Los Angeles. I know a lot of different organizations, but yeah, if you want to know about some people or organizations to give to, just DM us. I definitely will give you some organizations that are doing great work in the city of Compton, Los Angeles, and surrounding areas that are in need of donations or support. And if you can't donate, volunteer work is so important, Joe. Like being actually out there physically is very important. So I would say if you can't donate, physically volunteer is equally or even as more important. So yeah, get out there, man. It's the season.
Let's do it. So thank you again, Kani, for speaking to us. As I always say, move forward. You know what I'm saying? In peace, prosperity, push tranquility, love, life, and keep the family close.
Yep.
That's a Drake song.
Shout out to the boy. 6666.
Go on ahead, Money.
I was gonna say, how does someone supposed to go after you after that? I was just gonna, have a good day, you know what? Be nice to everybody. Treat people with love and respect. Donate, volunteer where you can. 'Tis the season, but honestly, do that junk year round, man, because it's so important. And I wanted to say too, I came across a quote that said, when you were talking, it reminded me something to the extent of somebody out there right now is thinking about some form of kindness you showed them. You know what I mean? I feel like you could say that at any moment of any day, because I think about nice stuff people have done for me all the time. You know what I mean? So it's just it's giving back what people have done for you, and it makes you want to you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Be that light in the world. So yeah. All right. That's enough.
Shout out to Hidden Jewels Media. Shout out to Imani. Shout out to Peace of Mind and Hakuna Matata.
Don't take my stuff.
Peace.